Good morning, Kona dance family. We're going to be doing some conditioning starting in just a couple of minutes. We'll go from 9 to 9:30. So I'm going to just hang out while everybody gets in the virtual door here. Good morning. We're going to be doing some conditioning here in just a couple of minutes. Grab a mat, grab some water, whatever you think you're going to need. We'll get started. Let's do a really quick sound check just to make sure that everything's on the up and up. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit and then I'll back up to where my mat is and you can let me know if you're hearing me okay. If I'm back here and I'm talking to you, give me a thumbs up if the music is at a good level for you to still hear instructions while also kind of getting to jam out a little bit. So give me a quick thumbs up if that was an okay level for you. And we can test it again when more people come in the door if we need to. Let's test it one more time. And if you guys can give me a thumbs up. Perfect. Okay. Kai gave me a thumbs up. You're always the one, Kai. So this morning we're going to be focusing on how to train opposite parts of the body. So for instance, if we're working hamstrings, we then switch over to working quads. If we work inner thighs, we then work outer thighs, right? Same thing with our arms. Biceps translate over to triceps, back and forth, core into your back, things like that. Just to keep you balanced, So the goal is that you would get a full body workout in half an hour, which is pretty fast if you really think about it. But this isn't about speed. This is about technique, about keeping your movements extremely clear and ensuring that as you're working, you're patient with your body. You scale exercises however you need to. Be wary of your own injuries and personal boundaries, right? Like your limitations with flexibility, things like that. This is meant to be a really good body awareness practice, but sometimes we can have trauma and things start to release from the body. And so we really have to be cognizant of what's happening on a deeper level. You're starting to feel really emotional right in the middle of the workout. Ask yourself why. See if you can really dig into that space. And then my advice is always to really press into gratitude. And that usually is the thing that will help you release whatever it is that you're dealing with. Shaking is normal as well, especially in controlled workouts like this. So just, keeping all those things in mind. We're going to get started here. I'm going to back up to my mat and we'll do a couple things that you guys are familiar with, those of you who take my classes normally, and then we'll diverge into kind of flowing in the workout. Oh, I'm seeing some people pop in the door that I love and miss so much. Good morning, you guys. I love your faces. I'm seeing lots of Montana people and lots of Hawaii people, so that's really cool. Pardon the noise. My kids are inside. They're fine. They're happy, and they are accompanied. They're just going to be noisy. So, welcome to my house. Let's work out. Go ahead and take a nice spot back on your mat. Connect your feet. Open up your knees. Remember that you can adjust this position as narrow or as wide as you need it according to the conformation of your hips, yeah? Keeping those feet connected, grab your ankles. And as you expand your chest, spiral the lower part of your scapula, your shoulder blades, down and under. Keep your collarbones wide as you drop your chin. And now drag the navel, scooping from the very lower abdominals, back into the spine as you spread open like a turtle shell. Dive forward. And then elongate in the lower back to create one curve up. Good. Let's take a soft pressing open of our hip. Careful not to overdo this one. I personally have a hip that was dislocated several times in my teenage years. So it's this one. So when I do this, I have to be careful because I can really feel that it's on the edge. And sometimes it feels good when it pops, sometimes it doesn't. So just listening to your body and taking account of your personal needs. Recover back up again. Hands now a little bit higher. We melt. Support the head as it rolls to the back. Feel that upper trapezius waking up in the neck. Pendulum the other way. And sequentially stack the spine. Good. And we roll looks like we got Miss Heidi in the house. Good morning, Miss Heidi. Roll those shoulders. Look to the right all the way, feeling the mastoids wake up. All the way left. Shrug the shoulders up and then melt them down utilizing the lats and expand. Really feel like you're washing open here and scooping up. Cross. Look away from the arm. Reach it up, extend, really feel the stretch. You might have some little crunchies this morning. Again. And melt the shoulders as you release the body. Right leg, which I think in your case, Instagram flips it so it looks like your left, but you can do whichever side you want. Extend, but be careful. You want this really in line with your other hip. And then feel the energy circle around the back of the leg to stretch your knee as you go over. Full flex, make sure it's flat against the wall. Drop that head. That's where that extra intense stretch comes from. Recover if you can reach your foot. Take a little stretch. And then sitting back up in the spine, especially in your lower back, scooping the abs to support the system. Point through your foot. Feel free to articulate through your toes. Flex. And point. Rolling out and away. So en dehors circles. 3, 4. And we're going to bring in our opposite knee so that we can lay back on the forearms. Pick up your leg. And yes, I'm serious. Jiggle your foot. Just let go of that ankle. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And now, circling in. So en dedans circles. Towards the other leg. Good. And bring both into your chest. Recover. Let's catch. Stretch. Up. Drop the chin, melt belly button to the back. Dive forward. Elongate. Kissing your shoulder blades. And second side. Here we go. Over the top. Come up. Give it a little bit of a juice. And elongate through the toes. Sequentially tall in the back. Lift. 2. Good. And now rolling out and away. So en dehors, out the door. It's away from that other supporting side. Good, dancers. And folding in the knee. Always conscious of your transitions. Shake, 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 shake. This side always has a minute where it like doesn't know how to shake. And in towards the other leg. Now traveling en dedans. Both knees into chest. And push out. Scoop, 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 scoop. Cross, twist. Become the mast of a ship, tall in your body. Let's make sure this is what it's supposed to be doing. Oh yeah, he's just editing fun, okay. So you're here. Melt. Cross. Twist. Good, dancers. We're going to begin to work the core a little bit more. I'll turn so that you can see what's happening from the side, but you can stay facing me. Bending the knees. Feet are flat on the floor for now. You're going to lift in the lower abdominals, really focusing on lifting, lifting, lifting. Arms are open. There's space underneath my armpit, like there's a toothpick there. And I contract the very base of my abs. And down till I feel a little shake in the body. Up. Wide clavicles as we work. Elongated necks. Drop shoulders. You can release the head if it's uncomfortable. Always pulling in, like wrapping a corset around the body. Never let the abs come forward. In. Good. And let's stay down. Open up your chest, but scoop the abs even deeper. twist. Change your focus. Every time you twist, go tighter, abs to the center. Tighter, tighter. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Good, and push arms deeper. Think of really pulling that navel into a black hole. And we open. Good. Open. You're going to be feeling this in your back too. We're working the core and the back. Breathe. And dive. Take a stretch. Back into child's pose. And pull the navel up, hands and knees. Drop the rib cage into the floor. And come to sitting. Melt one leg in front of the other. So I have a bent back knee and a bent front leg. In this position, you have many options here. You can expand this according to what you need. You can also bring this tighter or further away from you. You can also bring this one tighter or further away. So play with it really quick. Make sure you have exactly what you want. And we're going to really face energetically towards our front knee. Feeling energy wrapping from the back foot around to the opposite shoulder. We're going to spiral. Initiate from your pelvis. Abs are included, and down, so you feel like you must bring your hip closed. I'm on the ball, or the walk in modern dance with my foot, and then I push from that back pelvis again. Finding spiral, don't let this arm pass second position. Just take the spiral. Good, and connect the rib cage into the pelvis, and then push. Feeling your shoulder blades caressing your rib cage, kissing in the back. And we stay elongated now in the upper body. Reaching our back leg, take a slightly longer attitude. Lift your knee and your pinky equally. Focused on connectivity with the opposite shoulder. You'll probably have to tilt forward. This is your leg over 90 degrees. If that thing doesn't even lift off the floor, no stress. Yeah. And leave it up. Trace the arms fist high. And set it down as you take a tiny calm break. Release away from the leg. Cross until you can put pressure on your foot. Open space for your glutes. And then come to sitting. If this bothers your knee and you can adjust your foot in any way to alleviate that pain, I would. Tall bodies over the top. Recover. If you can, cross it over a little bit more. This is really going to get into those hips. And forward. Very nice. And we're going to release. Open up the other leg. You're going to lose my feet right now, but I'll tell you what they're doing. Soft second position. We flex the feet. Point. Flex, point, and now pick up just your toes, but keep your ankles long, and softly walk forward to open the inner thighs a little bit more. And recover up. Right away, abdominals engaged to pull in this leg. Shift your weight, feel the hip rotate, and pull in the other one. Second side, contract, 2, 3. Push from the back of the pelvis, twist. And initiate pelvis. Under. Push. Spiral. Lifting the elbows, feeling the triceps engage. And elongate. Send that back leg out a little bit. Lift. shoulder and back, feeling opposition with the foot. And now really lift that thigh, hold, arms. And open up, release. Ooh, I am sore this morning, you guys, for real. Ooh. If you'd like an additional stretch in this shape, you can lace your fingers behind your back and then just melt forward for those shoulders. If you're sitting here and you feel like there's a knife in your butt and that's plenty, then just don't do that. And over crossing now. Really feeling this in the hips. I'm very minimally rotated externally, so I really feel these kinds of stretches. Take it at your own pace, yeah? There's no need to be 180 degrees rotated to be a beautiful dancer. You don't need it, it's not required. Aesthetically, it's great and all, but we're not all built that way, and that's just fine. Variety's the spice of life. Extending those legs and scoot back so I don't lose you. We're gonna do full body roll-ups. We're going to melt forward, and then from the very bottom of my abdominals, I'm going to contract backwards. Contract, 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 all the way down, tracing my fingernails on the floor. And then try not to go really crazy in your neck, but keep your chest a little bit open as you come up. Reach down. Inhale and exhale. And good, stay up. Flip. And you're now on your belly. We're gonna work our back a little bit. So I want you to pull your abdominals up against your spine by really focusing not on your super sweet six pack, but underneath that, your transverse abdominals. So pulling in towards the spine, wrapping the body. We'll take the feet into a soft first position. If this feels terrible on your pubic bone, put some padding underneath your pelvis, or you can also take a wider shape depending on how your legs are built, okay? So we're going to take abdominals in, elongated arms to the side, and we have lift just the upper body, and now engage your glutes a little bit more to get a little higher, and lower, lift, lift and lower, lift, lift and lower. Now here's the second thing you're gonna think about. A string is breathing your arms up like bird wings. Add that in. Here we go. Lift, lift and lower. Find flow, ladies and gentlemen. Up and lower. Now can you decorate your hand in space? Make it beautiful. Dance is a beautiful experience, even in the ugly, painful moments. And trace them behind you. Coming up, you're now a superhero. For such a time as this. I want you diving side to side, shifting your focus like you're looking for crime to go solve while you fly over the city. And lo and behold, there's a building in front of you. Pick it up, dodge it, and continue side to side. Abdominals in, feet pointed, feeling the glutes wrapping. Lift up now. Over the building. One more building. And reach. We're now going to take opposite arm and leg. So I'm going to lift my arm, again, still from my elbows, creating a gorgeous hand in space, and then my opposite leg is going to lift. Here's where you want to really focus on not lifting it side. So you can see how my leg's at an angle. The problem with that is I'm going to develop a funky open arabesque. So even if my feet are spread like this, I need to focus on carrying my foot right to this, right to the center line of my body. So let's go. Opposite, down. Opposite, down. Point all the way through the foot and ankle. Yes, dancers, keep it going. Inhale, exhale. And now the real challenge, both arms and legs. Just pick them up. Feel your back engage. And melt. Good job. Push back into child's pose. Pull in the belly button. Arch. And tucking your toes in back. So just tucking them under. Tap those knees off the floor. Figure eight your pelvis through space. And now stay here. You're going to take your abdominals and you're going to pull them in, contracting to create a soft curve in your lower back, and hold. It's a pretty deep core position. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked over your elbows and wrists. Good, and lower down. Very nice. Hands and knees. We're going to bring it in, contract, flex, up, in, flat back, in, flat back, in, flat back. One more. Stay. We're gonna pulse. 2. Bring it in. Other side. In, contract. Flex and lift. In, point your foot. Flex and lift. Remember not to wear your shoulders like earrings, but melt them down. Hold. Let's pulse again. And pulse. 2. Good. And switch. We're going to torture the backs of our legs just a little bit more before we get into the fronts and then the sides. This will not help you see anything, so I'm going to move it away. Okay. We're going to lay down on our mats. Find a nice, comfortable position for your pelvis on the floor. We're going to do this 2 ways. The first is with our thighs slightly separated. There's about a fist distance between my knees. My hands are melting into the floor so that I can expand my clavicles a little bit as I work. And I'm going to begin by imprinting my lower back as I scoop my lower abs. Pressing into the floor, holding the knees where they are. I continue to push up, knitting my abs to the center until I'm all the way up on the platform of my shoulders. And then to come down. Melt through the rib cage first, so you're almost tilting your pelvis, and then release at the bottom to put a little pocket for a reset. Let's do that 3 more times. Up, 2, 3, 4, melting down, 6, 7, release. 2, you can do it, 2, 3, 4, melting down, 6, 7, release. 3, really feel it pulling under the rib cage. And down. Good. And we're going to take slight lift now. And we're going to press straight up to the bridge position. Think of squeezing underneath the lower parts of the glutes and the upper parts of the hamstrings like you're juicing an orange, okay? Here we go. Juice, soft. Juice, soft. Squeeze, 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 and hold. This is different than some of you are used to. Come up onto the balls of the feet, releve if you can. We pulse, 2. If this bugs your knee, adjust the position of the legs. You can lower the heels, that's totally fine. Now we're going to do what's called the butterfly. You're going to dip the pelvis, square. Now open up your knees, push your heels forward, and dip the pelvis again. You can see I'm really pulling in underneath my rib cage. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is great for getting into the micro adjustments, especially when we're doing grand plie. We really have to push those heels forward at the base. And stay up, lower down. Good job. Bring them into you for a second. Melt the knees. And now repeat. Legs together, nice and tight. And we're going to do this whole series up on releve. You'll find you can't go up as high. That's normal. If you need to put your heels down, you can do that. Roll, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3, 4. Roll, 2, 3, 4. Down, 2, 3. Good. Keep going. This one's a lot tighter on the inner thighs. You should really be feeling it on the burn on the inside. Stay up. Little juices. Down. Up, 2, up, 3. Okay, now the real torture. Stay up. Hold if this is all you can handle. Heels down if you need even less. Otherwise, extend one leg. Let's extend it straight to the ceiling. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Down. Swap. Pulse. 2. You can do this. 3, 4. Down. Stay high, high, high. Knit those abs. Let's butterfly. Dip. 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 High releve. Feel the heels pushing forward. And let's roll down. Woo. That'll get you first thing in the morning. Soft open. I want you just to release your pelvis on the floor. Give a little jiggle, whatever you need to do. Very good work. We're now going to switch this position and we're going to work laying on our side. As you fold, remember that it's going to be very important you keep your neck elongated and your abdominals scooped underneath for this. So we're going to take soft position in the body, send your pelvis forward as much as you can, and your knees should be in line with your belly button and your nose. It might not be totally feasible if you have really tight IT bands. Connect the big toe joints, open up into a clamshell, but keep your pelvis facing the same way. So imagine it's a sticker and you don't want to, peel the sticker off. You want to keep it forward against the wall. Here we go. 3, squeeze. 4, ignore the ambient sounds of traffic. 5, squeeze. 6, almost there, 7, 8, we hold. I just want you to try to pull up your knee. You might not be able to, it might be too tight in your hips. And then look for your own toe, harder than you would realize. And up, in, up, in. Final one. In and melt. Extend the leg. I'm going to turn so that you can see down my leg a little bit easier. We're going to flex the foot, stay in true parallel, and lift straight side. Okay? Parallel. 2, 3, 4, almost there. 5, going to 8, 7, 8. Now point, draw a little circle, circle. This should really be burning now. Reverse. And down. Extend the other one. Flex your feet. Rotate into first position. Squeeze your glutes. You're going to feel that your leg is popped off the floor because of your quads. That's normal. And really try to find that long body posture. Squeeze, squeeze, flexed first. Abs up. Now we go in front, pointed to the back. In front, point to the back. Good. And switch over. Yes. Now, We've just worked all the back and all the center. So now we're just doing the other side of our clamshell. Finding that elongated body. Open. Stay flat. 2. Scoop. Wide here. 3. Keep going. I had to restart my replay in case Instagram hates me today. And open. We're going to draw up the knee now. Really focus on exploring your hip. Be careful. You might only be able to move like this far. It might be a micro movement. That's fine. Good. Almost there. Excellent work. Bring it down. Stay long. Flex your foot. 8, 7, abs in, chest open, long neck. Attention on your bottom foot. What's it doing? Hopefully something good. And hold it up. Push the camera away. And we go outer circles. So again, when we work away from our supporting side, that's en dehors. You say out the door, en dehors. That's how you remember. I have no good rhyme for the reverse. You just got to remember which one is the first one. And reverse, en dehors. If anyone ever comes up with a good way to remember this one, how to like rhyme en dehors, let me know. That would be useful. And we extend, flex, rotate, squeeze, lift, pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should be a little bit uncomfortable. If you're totally comfortable right now, you are not doing it right. I promise. 7, 8. We go flex in front, point to the back. Still trying to rotate this bottom heel forward. That's the bummer part. That's where it's really hard. Almost there. You can do it. Good. And roll onto your back. Take your feet into a soft butterfly position. I actually find this to be the most horrible position on the planet, personally. Roll them open. Close your legs. Push back into child's pose. And we're going to take a small upper body series. Really quick. Just nice and tight, real fast. So let me restart some music for you. Everybody knows I like chronically run over on class. I can't help it. I'm like, oh, and that other thing I want to do. So hang in there with me. We're going to just take high plank. We're going to do tricep push-ups. So if you need to, put your knees down and just fold your feet behind you, elongating your torso. Otherwise, stay up top. We go elbows back, 2, drop, push up in one go. Think using your breath. So we go inhale, exhale. In your nose, out a straw through your mouth. Ready? Good job. Woo, those are rough. Push back into downward dog. Walk your hands to your feet. And connect. Let them melt. Release the arms as you plie. And sit down. Arms to the side. Lift the biceps. Visualize steel balls. Oh, super heavy that you have to lift. Engage those biceps. Release. Release. Most of the weight that you're going to use for conditioning like this is in your head. So really start to connect to your mind. That mind-muscle connection is worth everything. Good. Whew. Okay. So before I leave you, I'm going to give you a really quick little swan arm exercise. Place your feet in front of your body. You can be up on your toes, down flat. It's really up to you. This is also a great exercise done standing. So if you'd like an even harder modification, you can do this here in Grand Plie. And you can add little pulses. It's crazy. We stayed down on the mat today because I'm going to give you a full ballet bar from noon to 12:45 as well. So we just stayed down. And we lift wrists, melting our shoulders down. And now push underneath right here and trace your middle finger through space. Inhale. And now feel the elbows get involved. Ready? Breathe. Excellent. Find resistance, like you're pushing through taffy or peanut butter. Now pulse, pulse. Shape your hand. Pulse, 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 pulse. Pulse. We go to the side. 2, 3, 4. Push. Resist, resist, resist. Down, 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 down. It pushes and then recovers fast. Zoom. Yeah? Whoo, ha, ha, ha. And now push behind you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up. Now. We're almost there. And push. Keep going. Long necks. Down. Back. And last one. And extend your legs. Melt your body down to your mat. Expand. Become a giant creature, a huge star. And then go soft. And just melt. And I want you to stay here, laying hopefully on your back, with your palms open, your chest and your heart open, every part of you open. We pause, so we're gonna close pretty quickly here. You're gonna end class with your eyes shut, and all I want you to focus on is gratitude. Gratitude for your beautiful body at whatever state it's in right now. Quarantine is a funny time, yeah? So just pause and be grateful. Be grateful for these free resources that Kona Dance is providing you through the teachers. We are happy to offer this to you. You're worth it. Just take a moment and feel so much gratitude for everything that you have and for everything that you don't have. Yes, you don't have the same schedule that you've had, yeah? So really dig in for a moment and just release any negativity that you have from the movement that you just did, and instead tell your body that it did a great job. Nurture your mind. Tell your mind you're intelligent, you are funny, you are kind. Just take a moment, say all these things, and just lay here with yourself. I'm going to close the video now and try to save it, and I want you to just take another couple of minutes if you can and just love everything that you are for a moment and appreciate this time. I love you guys so much. It's been a pleasure giving you some conditioning. I'll be back on at 10 a.m., so in about a little over 20 minutes, for a brand new project pitch for all of our students, and anyone who's not a student can submit a project. And then we will also be doing a classical ballet bar at noon Hawaii time till 12:45. And I'm going to give you a contemporary class today from 5 to 5:45 Hawaii time. So lots of good things on the horizon today. I love you guys so much. May you have lots of aloha in your life today.